Alrighty, the Avatar live action episode 3, this is going to be Omashu. Now it's interesting because my gut is telling me we're not spending the whole episode on this. I don't know why, but I think just given how much there is to cover in this season, if we spend a whole episode here, that would be a lot. So maybe in that sense, they add a lot of things around this. I don't know, I could be completely wrong. That's just where my head goes when I think about Omashu being this episode title. And I feel like last episode has really further helped shape my expectations for the rest of this season. Someone commented, and I absolutely agree with this very much being an adaptation. And it's doing a good job of being an adaptation. Like, we're still following the story really well, but we're not going completely faithful and trying to add every single story and character element that we can into this. But I'm finding myself having a very easy time understanding why they take certain things out, why they change certain things. Sokka and Suki last episode, I think, is a prime example of that, and I thought it was done really, really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing Suki again in seasons 2 and 3. And looking back, I really enjoy that Zuko and Katara had a little bit of a fight last episode as well. I hope that's really building towards the finale when Katara and Zuko have that really epic fight in the north. I rise with the sun. And Zhao was introduced as well. It's a very interesting depiction of Zhao, but I really enjoyed the end of the episode with that little switch up, you know, Ozai's involved now, Zhao's gone behind Zuko's back, all those cogs are starting to turn. And even just from an episodic standpoint, they're doing a good job of introducing some things early, for example, like Sokka wanting to, you know, turn back and go home at the start of last episode, and bringing that right back at the end of the episode. Like, hey, if we went home, you know, Sokka wouldn't have met Suki, they wouldn't have had these good experiences. And it was Kyoshi that we saw. Like, that's completely new, and that was really awesome. I still hope we get to see Roku as well. It's one of my favorite memories from season 1. But with all that being said, I'm ready to go into this episode and see what they do with Omashu. Like and subscribe, check out the Patreon for early access if you're interested. And with all that being said, enjoy the video. Fire Nation, the music's good too so far. I really like it.
Everything is set. We strike tonight. We have our anger. We have our grief. And for the first time in a century, we have hope.
Hope again.
I want you to meet someone willing to risk everything for our cause.
My mother and my brother in the siege at Ba Sing Se.
Ba Sing Se?
She works at the palace. She's willing to help us at great personal risk. Fire Lord Ozai must die tonight!
Okay. We're trying to assassinate. Well, this is new. Well, obviously this won't go well. I wonder what we're building towards here. Really racking my brain. Should I know any of this? Are we just, like, setting the tone for Ozai? Or maybe AZULA. Be AZULA!
There is no way out.
I gotta sit up for this.
We expected that all decent Fire Nation citizens would have welcomed being freed from your tyranny.
Tyranny? Don't you mean unity?
Ah, okay, I think I understand.
Are we not the greatest nation in the world?
We're building on these themes, okay. And it plays off the end of last episode as well, seeing Ozai.
Of peace.
That's hard, because it's Zuko who says that later. Era of peace and kindness.
My compliments on making it this far. Then again, we in the Fire Nation have always prided ourselves.
Is this AZULA?
Isn't that right? AZULA.
Well played. Oh, she said her mother and her brother.
You may have stopped us.
She looks
tonight,
good.
Ozai.
She looks good.
But there is one out there who cannot be stopped.
Oh, shit.
The one who will restore balance to the world.
Uh-huh.
The one who has returned to us.
She looks great. And I love they introduce her this early. Look at the reflections in the eyes. She loves it. She's a demon. She's a freak.
The one who will restore balance to the world.
Or the theatrics.
Can you believe they think the Avatar has returned?
Leave us.
Who's gonna tell her?
A message from one of my commanders in the Southern Seas. No one of any importance.
Take that, Zhao.
Zuko has found the Avatar?
Your brother has done the impossible, just as I'd asked.
Interesting.
The Avatar.
She's already crazy.
Really?
That's probably the best way they could open this episode, and I'm really happy about it. Do we get Ty Lee and May in this season as well? That would be sick. Establish all the characters early.
The water whip.
Oh,
Arms.
the water whip. Damn, I love the details on her clothes, like the waves that are on the whatever you call them. Not bad.
I don't get it. The monks always told us to find a place where emotion meets spirit. A place deeper than thought.
I can't remember if Aang was this helpful to... No, he was. No. He was a natural at it and it pissed Katara off. But he was spitting a little bit. She got some work to do. I see what they're doing though.
I should never be a teacher. The monks always said I never listened. I think that's what they said. I never listened.
I feel like there's a thing going on here. Katara's got, I guess, this trauma to get over about her mother, and Aang's got this thing to get over about not being taught anything by anyone other than Gyatso. Even on his boots, man, I see those details, and I appreciate it. Sorry for talking over a bunch of that. I just wanted to get that out.
I liked her too.
Yeah, she was cool.
Of course, I have no idea what she saw in you.
Hey, what's not to like?
Bro, I'm nervous for Yue, bro. I'm nervous. It's
I think.
Omashu. Oh, what?
I think it's another
Oh.
Airbender.
I forgot about this completely.
That's Omashu. Papa, yip yip.
Oh, I thought they were gonna add in, you know, the other temple stuff with the guy in the wheelchair.
Which is why I suggest you allow me to contact a few trusted sources. You don't need to be told any more than necessary. Very good.
I don't like him.
He does have a disagreeable quality.
I spoke to some of his crew. Word is, Zhao failed his officer training program 3 times.
Did I ask for your opinion?
My apologies.
Looks like Taylor Lautner.
He was only trying to help.
Yeah.
He was gossiping about a superior officer.
An officer you don't like?
That's beside the point. There is an order to the way we do things here.
Ah, I forgot about this as well. This led into Iroh, like, lightning bending, or like redirecting the lightning that one time. See if they go all the way with that here. And Zuko treating his crew bad, and then they learnt about his backstory. Oh, I forgot about that.
People there, they're artists,
Pipsid,
scientists,
Paddle,
builders.
Obstacopoulos.
Plus, food there is amazing.
Sheesh! Wait, that looks awesome. Into the mountain? That's dope. Hey, yo!
They don't take kindly to outsiders in Omashu.
What makes you think we're outsiders?
Wait. We're new here, but we have a friend we need to see.
Is this Jet? No, there's no way. There's no way.
Let's have that at the turnip sack. Sure you can make that look good too.
So how do you know we're not a threat?
Just a feeling.
Oh, wow.
Headed to market, as usual. Oh, it wasn't a great crop this month. She told me I wasn't watering the turnips enough. Knew there was a reason I married her.
Help.
Irrigation, am I right?
My brother-in-law would agree if he could speak. Struck mute at birth.
Oh, sick. I love me some earthbending. Where's the cabbage man?
Good luck finding your friend. And be careful. Omashu can be a dangerous place.
Thank you? What's your name? Come on, Katara. Oh!
Watch out for my
And that's all that was needed. Oh, he's here. There you go. I can't remember his name either. This is what I was talking about earlier.
An airbender. Of course I'm not.
Jesus Christ. Nice, I like that. Aang is locked in immediately. Teo. And this is the professor.
Dad, I'm
Scientist.
I'm fine.
What were you doing out there?
I just landed. How was I supposed to know there'd be another bombing?
Another bombing.
You're an airbender. Do you realize what this means? We finally have a way to take the fight to the enemy. You could drop bombs on them, rain down destruction.
The war balloons, man. Aang don't like all that.
That's the mechanist of the king of Omashu.
Mechanist?
Ah, just a fancy word for someone who wastes a lot of time tinkering.
Like a delivery system. You've seen it, right?
Makes a lot of sense for them to combine these two things. Omashu plus the other air temple.
Sokka?
This stuff is incredible. I mean, look at this.
I like this for Sokka too.
Your toenails. It can get bloody.
Hey, yo. This is why Aang cares about a lot more than sticking it to the Fire Nation. But those two things are connected.
Being the Avatar isn't just about fighting. It's about helping people, like Teo and his father. And everyone in the city. If I'm going to save the world, I have to do it one person at a time. That's why I'm staying in Omashu.
Good.
Because I'm the Avatar.
Look at him.
Now tell me about these bombings.
He's
Good.
done the impossible.
He's done nothing. He spent 3 years on an ocean cruise while I've been here doing everything Father has asked. Who's the one risking her
Damn.
life to root out traitors?
Oh, that's right.
That's Ty Lee.
Tell us about your mission. Were you nervous? Was your life really in danger?
Personality, straight away.
Then again, what can you expect from peasants?
I see it now.
You got out into the city. Zuko may be banished, but he's out there exploring the world. If I were him, I wouldn't want to come back.
All dear old Zuzu wants is to make it back here and take away everything I worked for.
Technically, he is first in line to be Fire Lord. Not that he deserves to be.
But now he has hope. And that's dangerous.
So what I was thinking is that Azula, May, and Ty Lee fought the Aang squad in Omashu. But I think that was season 2, right?
There are always ways to get in the game. If you know which pieces to play.
I mean, why else would you build all this if not to help our army? Like this.
That's just an experiment.
And there it is. I did notice it. That's the war balloon, man.
I have a hunch about where the bombers might be gathering. It's high up on the mountain. Can't
Look at
really
Sokka.
reach there by myself, but with your airbending.
My sources say an airbender was spotted there.
Omashu.
Here we go.
Uncle Iroh and I will go. No one else.
And Azula's gonna follow Zuko there.
The prince and I will be fine. We know what it means to be on our own.
That looks great, man. Looks fantastic. I was thinking about stuff that caught me off guard. Oh, that's right. He's doing this for the Fire Nation. I completely forgot. God, I didn't realize how much I'd forgotten about season 1.
What are you doing?
Nah, it's Jet, man.
Come on.
What a giga combination of episodes this is. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. I'm going back. I saw it. You will never miss me with that.
The Mechanist has been working for the Fire Nation. Building devices, selling secrets.
Sokka and Aang, they're in danger. I've got to warn them.
They'll be fine.
Yep, those are the weapons.
Who are you?
You can call me Jet.
Wait, that was kind of epic. It was really unclear who it was up to this point. That's pretty sick, man. That's really sick.
The pursuit was so clumsy, I wasn't sure you'd ever catch up.
Big talk for someone who's outnumbered.
Does he have his other homies here? Damn, Jet! Wait, that's sick. Okay, not bad. I used to be able to do that.
I brought friends too.
Yeah, you did. Jet's another great casting choice, by the way. Oh, it's Big Fella! I can't remember their names, though. Oh, shit. Damn! He looks perfect. I remember him.
That was a mean swing, Pipsqueak.
That's Big Fella.
Hey, nice moves. I had a feeling you knew how to handle yourself.
Really?
You know what? I hope they don't do Jet dirty.
Who are you people?
We're the good guys.
Katara's character is very, very reserved in a lot of these situations thus far. I imagine she'll gain her confidence with her water bending as we go on.
Pipsqueak knows how to take out the garbage.
They're gonna do him dirty. I mean, it's necessary. Damn, they made me like Jet again, like they do in the original.
And you're saying you implemented this with water-based transportation?
Well, no, it's just an idea I had to make our ice dodging ships more maneuverable.
Very clever. Your father must be proud of you.
Dad doesn't really pay attention to stuff like this. He's got more important things to worry about. He's a warrior.
Sokka, you're a gifted engineer. Don't ignore that. It's not always easy to find your path in life, but when you find it, you must embrace it.
Yes, sir. Now this is good. I know he gets his swords later, and he does his thing, but I like this side of Sokka too.
Just stuff I picked up from my dad.
Must be really proud of you.
I guess so.
Hmm.
I think he sometimes wishes I was more like him.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong, he's incredible.
Playing directly off the previous conversation, Sokka and his father.
I want him to see that we have to do everything we can to save the world. Because if not us, then who?
This kid's doing a good job too.
Welcome.
It is significantly simpler,
You live here?
but I can appreciate it.
In the old days, the city stood strong, but as the war dragged on, King lost his nerve, grew tired, senile.
That's the question. Where's Boomy?
Fire Nation seeped in through the cracks. That's where we come in.
Is he already doing that thing where he's
So you just
waiting?
took it on
You know?
yourselves to fight the firebenders?
Well, if not us, then who?
Oh, immediate callback.
We're orphans. Refugees. At least that's what we were. What are we now, Smeller Bee?
Freedom fighters!
Smell of bee. Oh, we'll see. I don't know.
Here, look. If you mix Tinkar with salt water and then boil it down, you get this. Blasting jelly.
Oh, the blasting jelly. Of course, that was what the bomb was.
The firebenders weren't behind the explosion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It all makes sense now. It's Jet. Yeah, okay. That's what we're doing.
When the Fire Nation came to our village, she held them off. Well, my dad hid me in a well.
Jet's such an interesting character because you understand where he's coming from, but the way he's doing things is obviously a bit too much. Immediately he got citizens caught in what he was trying to do at the start of the episode, which is what he was going to do in the original with that massive, you know, water dam plan kind of thing.
I know what it's like to lose family too. It was quiet. And then my mom died.
And this plays off earlier in the episode. She was flashing to this, even last episode. And they're really making that a big deal.
But recently it's been coming back to me.
Yeah.
I think it's been affecting my bending.
What do you remember when you think of your mother? I don't mean how she died. I mean when she was alive.
Her getting up every morning before everyone else. And every day, she would stop when the sun rose. She would watch and smile.
Hmm.
Every day.
Remember that. Remember the sunrise.
I rise with the sun. It's good, because like, no matter what becomes of Jet, or what they do with him, he's already done enough. Like, that's gonna be huge for Katara, no? Ah! She doesn't have any hair loopies. Good.
We don't have to be afraid of our pain. We just need to decide what we're gonna do with it.
Apply that to every character in the show. Aang, Zuko. Ah, they've done Jet justice here.
This is the Great Omashu? The best the Earth Kingdom has to offer?
I gather its charms are lost on you?
Oh, he's gonna find the blue mask here, no? The blue spirit mask. Oh, ooh.
What happened there?
I'm told that Fire Nation agents in the city have taken to sowing terror to weaken the Earthbender's resistance.
That's not right. Warriors don't hide their faces in a fight. Father would never approve of this underhanded tactic.
I like that from Zuko, but that's not what's happening though. It's Jet, no? Is Zuko gonna do the blue spirit stuff here? He might.
I'd be in your debt if you kept me informed on the progress of your mission, particularly as it relates to Prince Zuko.
Is she writing Zhao?
To the flame eternal, Princess AZULA.
Good news? The best. You know the officer on Prince Zuko's crew, the one who slipped you the information about the Avatar? Lieutenant Chi. I'd like to speak to him.
Oh, and Zuko just gave him a hard time, right? This is that guy? I'm really getting sucked into a lot of the new stuff they're doing. I like it.
Teo and I found where the bombers have been getting their explosives. They're making blasting jelly in a cave up on the mountain. We also found these. The ropes from the turnip cart.
So it wasn't the firebenders behind the explosion? It was...
You're not gonna believe this. I know who's behind the bombings. What? No, Jet's not the bad guy. Sai is.
Are you kidding me? Sai's done nothing but help.
He's fighting the firebenders and he has to protect himself. You don't know what he's already lost.
This is accurate.
He's headed to the palace right now. He could be reporting everything.
You're wrong.
This is just like you, Katara. Willing to believe anything as long as it helps you.
This is just like you. Never believing anything I say. I'm so sick of you treating me like I'm a little girl.
Then grow up.
It's the most animated we've seen Katara, and I like that.
Where are you going?
To prove you're a jerk.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't need proof of that.
Good, okay, show me where we're going with this.
Oh.
Would you like to try one of...
Not right now.
I would. Poor cabbage man. He remembers, he's gotta remember.
Jet. Listen, we need to talk.
I mean, you were there when we confirmed the Mechanist was a traitor.
Oh, God.
He took care of his partners. Now we need to take care of
This is
him.
gonna be interesting. But Boomy's gonna pull up.
We know how to take out the garbage.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Are you hurt?
No, no, no. No harm done. Okay. No harm done.
And that's for sure rigged to blow.
You're going to blow him up?
Not just him. He's got an audience with the king.
Boomy's gonna put a stop to this.
Sokka was right. You are the bad guy.
Now the Mechanist will help us root out even more evil.
Innocent people are gonna die, Jet.
That's the price of freedom.
Katara!
You were
Now
right.
that's the thing that Zuko noticed, so we'll see if that comes
Right
back.
now, we need to stop Sai. Jet planted a bomb on him.
The bomb has been planted.
It's at the highest point in the city.
Hey yo!
This guy? Again?
Go. Get to the palace and stop Sai. This is my fight.
Woo! My boy!
Keep your firebending in check, or you'll have the Earth Kingdom army to deal with.
Damage control arrow.
I don't need fire to defeat this boy.
Damn! Talk to me. You won't be able to lay a finger on him. Oh yeah! Oh, I was lying. There we go.
Watch out, excuse me. I have an idea. Come on.
Are they gonna go up the things? Zuko! I love this sequence. This pleases me. I can only respect that. And now we're getting a bit goofy. This is Avatar, man. They're striking the balance really well for me.
So I said all routes lead to the palace. We just have to take this one to the end of the line.
Well, I'm glad we got to see some people riding these things.
1, 2, 3.
They are wild for that.
Stand and fight.
For what? Why is this so important to you?
You're an enemy of the Fire Nation.
And that's it? That's why you've been hunting me for 3 years?
How do you know it's been 3 years? You have my notebook.
Uh-huh. And there. No!
My
I love how much emphasis they put on that. They know their audience, man. Oh, it's him. Water.
Oh no.
Think about the sunrise. Clutch, clutch. I'm starting to wonder if this is meant to be Boomy or not.
Go, save yourself.
What?
For the Fire Nation!
Okay, Iroh. No way they get separated this early. That was to draw attention for sure. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's gonna go back. Ah, he left. Zuko alone. I like the airbending movements. Can you not see him putting out the fires, you demons? We're getting cliffhangered. Absolutely demonic behavior. Well, look, I said before this, I'd be surprised if they dedicated a whole episode to the traditional Omashu experience. It was absolutely nothing like that, and we're getting more than one episode. I really enjoyed that. It was so different in so many ways, but we're keeping a lot of things the same at the same time, just combining everything. I'm finding myself getting really engrossed into what's going on. Like, what are they gonna like add together next? You know, so that's why, for example, during the episode, I'm saying things like, is Zuko going to do his blue spirit stuff in this episode as well? Because we saw the blue spirit mask and they've just been combining all sorts of things. But I'm going to have a good discussion about this one. I'm really enjoying this series. Alrighty, so we have a massive combination of the original Omashu episode, which we've only taken the setting from that and Cabbage Man. We've combined, I can't remember if it's East or West, that Air Temple episode with Teo and his father. And we've combined Jet into this as well. And I think the way they're doing it, it's all working out like absolutely perfectly. To combine Teo's father like doing stuff for the Fire Nation, which is not his choice, right? Like, but it explains why he's doing things the way he is and the way Teo wants him to be doing more. To combine all that with Jet being there, doing his traditional Jet thing. Now this is absolutely a traditional Jet. And for Katara and Sokka to get all confused about the details about like who's doing what, is Jet a good guy? Is Teo's father actually working for the Fire Nation? But it all makes perfect sense. I really love the way they've combined all of this. But let's talk about the opening of this episode. Azula is here. A fantastic way to do this. Get her into the show straight away. I have absolutely no problem with that. But this to me was building up that whole theme of like, look at what the Fire Nation is doing to the world, right? You know, and Ozai specifically saying, you know, an era of peace is wild because it's the complete opposite. And that's what Zuko says, you know, during the Day of Black Sun later on. I love that. Azula looks fantastic. Another great casting. She's got that personality about her. I absolutely love that. And we see May and Ty Lee as well. Now, the personalities are absolutely spot on. Ty Lee, just that eccentric character, and May, you know, just so to the point, you know, a little bit depressed. I think they've done a great job. Not at all upset that these three have made an appearance this early into the show. And Azula's working with Zhao. Like, she's trying to get to Zuko. So like Ozai has said, Zuko's done the impossible, right? As he's asked of him, you know, so Azula's a bit pissed that Zuko might come back and, you know, be the next Fire Lord. Azula doesn't want that, so she's trying to team up with Zhao. Right? Makes sense. I like it. Let's move on. So what we're looking at early on in this episode is Katara struggling with her bending. And this came up in episode 2 as well. Every time she bends, she's thinking about her mother's death. And Jet is actually the one that helps her through that. I really like that. Because Jet, like, he's been through a lot. Like, he's trying to do what he thinks is right, but like in a bad way. Now that I've seen The Legend of Korra, Jet would be like a perfect The Legend of Korra villain, you know, because his causes are just the way he's doing it, no good. So we get into Amashu, the bomb goes off, and as you go through the episode, you can kind of, you know, start to put the pieces together and how well they've really like storyboarded this episode, I guess. I appreciate it. I think Teo and his father, once again, are great casting choices, and they're not throwing it as super in your face like what their deals are, because there's so much going on in this episode, but it's enough for you to follow, especially if you've seen the original. I enjoy from Aang's character that he said like he wants to stay. Yes, there's the bigger picture, but he's gonna do what he can to help people along the way. Like that's something I feel like I remember from the original in Aang's character. But lots of emphasis on he's not too keen on the whole fighting kind of thing. Even the way he fights Zuko later on, he's very passive. That's in his nature. So I appreciate all of that. But it's once we get more into the middle of the episode and you really start to see what's going on. Katara going off with Jet, I thought was fantastic. That sequence with Jet fighting was absolutely fantastic. Jet was an absolute demon. I loved his depiction, and they make you like Jet. Like it's just like the original. You think Jet's just a great guy, you know, but he's doing, you know, some shady things with good intentions, but not good things. He helps Katara get over like the bending block that she's having, and the attention we pay to Sokka and Teo's father, like Sokka really embracing this side of him. And I love the conversation he had with, I guess I'll call him the Mechanist. I know they mentioned his name, but I forget about like, you know, this is a big part of who Sokka is, like this whole, you know, the plans, you know, the thinking, the coming up with stuff, you know, the engineer side of him, as the Mechanist says. He should embrace that, you know, even if his father is a different way, Hakoda, and wants Sokka to be more of a warrior, he doesn't have to do that. And there was a direct, I think, correlation to the conversation that Teo and Aang have after that, about Teo wishing his father it was a different way and his father wishing Teo was more like him. But I see where, you know, the Mechanist is coming from. He's trying to survive. One, because of, you know, the way the war, you know, took his wife, Teo's mother, away, but also because he's working with the Fire Nation. Like, he doesn't have a choice but to act this way. The Freedom Fighters are all here. I love all the name drops. The place that they were holed up at was quite underwhelming, because in the original it looks great, but they can't do everything. They're trying to depict Amashu, which they did fantastically. It looks great, but that wasn't the point. We're only here for a little bit, you know? It was just about Katara and Jet. This man absolutely killed playing the role of Jet. It was perfect. And then instead of Jet, you know, trying to, you know, demolish that dam and have all the water like wash through and take out Fire Nation, but also civilians, it was plant a bomb on the Mechanist, and he's going to take it to Boomy. And it's like, okay, we've dealt with the Mechanist, but we're also going to get rid of the king. Like, Jet was talking bad about Boomy, plus kill some Fire Nation off, but, you know, civilians are going to die. It was the same sort of thing, just in a different scenario. Man, this Boomy, look, let's look at this Boomy. Man did not say a word. He's not been involved in this at all. Aang hasn't referenced his friend in the past. I just find it so interesting that they don't really emphasize Boomy. Like there's enough, I think, going on here to make me think that maybe they will. But what I was thinking about, like, going into this episode was, what if they don't do Boomy? But I'm like, but Boomy's one of the old masters, right? It was Boomy, Paku. Paku will absolutely be here though. And then Zhong and the homie that gives Sokka his sword, I forget his name. If you really want to be crazy, Zhong and Sword Guy don't actually need to be in this show. Paku does, because he's also got ties to Sokka and Katara's grand. You could make the argument that Boomy doesn't need to be here, but I think a lot of people would be upset about that. And this, I mean, this is the king. So this is obviously Boomy, but he might not play a role. I imagine we're staying here next episode, so maybe we'll get it then. And this was also their way of like getting a whole bunch of episodes out of the way. Well, it's really interesting. I love what they're doing, because they're keeping me guessing. Like, now I have no idea like what's going to come, how much more are they going to combine into different episodes, like, which is exciting, because now like every scene at this point is like, damn, what's coming next? And Zuko left Iroh. I actually really enjoyed this sequence. I talked about their fight already, Aang being really passive and Zuko just trying, but they stopped stopped and talked for a bit. Zuko got mad when he realized Aang had his notebook. They're sprinkling in little things here and there. But Iroh said Zuko run. I think Zuko thought about staying, but he left and now he's by himself. We'll see. We might get some stuff happen quickly. But up to this point, we haven't had like the flashback to what happens to Zuko. I wonder if we get that. I feel like we're skipping Zuko and Zhao's Agni Kai. I mentioned Iroh's, lightning bending, or redirecting the lightning rather. I think that's something that's so unbelievably significant. We have to see that at some point. I just don't know when things are going to happen at this point. But that was really enjoyable. I might have to watch another episode because I can't believe they've done me like this and cliffhangered me. It's crazy because like we've seen the show, so like how is it a cliffhanger? Well, because they're doing things in such a unique way. There might be some character things and themes that I missed. My head's a little bit all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just really happy just sitting here and appreciating what they're doing. And I think I'll have a much better understanding of this whole episode as a whole, maybe after next episode too. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time. I hope I'm not talking too much over things. We've all seen the original. I imagine all of you have seen this. I'm just trying to appreciate it, but we'll see how we go. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. I always appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next episode of the Avatar live action.